Bitcoin is about to get a crazy move. Yes, guys, you heard it right. Bitcoin is looking as if it's going to break out in a very short amount of time. We talked about this exact scenario yesterday, and I explained my target would be extremely bullish at $25.2 thousand. You have to understand, though, that even though this is a break of a 3-month, 4-month trend line, we're not in the clear just quite yet. Bitcoin has been trading in a specific range here for about a month and a half. Or if we include this actual deviation, that would mean that we've been trading in this range for about 1 month and 4 days. What is this range, you might ask? That and more we're gonna talk about in this video. So if you guys enjoy the trading updates, make sure you press the like button on this video. And also, if you're looking for a platform to trade, make sure you check out the links down below. You can get some crazy bonuses up to $20 or even sometimes $25,000. So check out, for example, BitGet with the link down below. As we've talked about before, the range is between roughly $18.4 and $20.4 thousand. To make a big move, we're basically waiting for a breakout of either direction. That's going to be our major long or major short position the moment we get above 20.4 or the moment we get below $18.4 thousand. We also talked about whether that's the bullish or bearish scenario, doesn't really matter. We have some very juicy trades lined up for either direction. With our bullish scenario, we're going to trade it most likely with our last take profit all the way at $25.2 thousand. And with the bearish scenario, we're actually thinking $14,000.2 is going to happen for Bitcoin. But that's the amazing thing about trading. If it goes up, we can make money. If it goes down, we can make money. We just need to wait for the right cue. But as I've said before, if you take these trades consecutively, it is very hard to lose. Now, you can also see a trend line that we've drawn in here, and you can start to see that we're starting to break out on the short term. This has happened a couple of times in the past, and so I'm not too crazy excited just quite yet. We obviously have to wait for some confirmation, but on the 4-hourly time frame, you guys can all see it. We are starting to break out, and if this sets through, we're having our first target here at $21.2 thousand, our second target here at $23.6-ish thousand, and our third target here at the 0.5 Fibonacci at $25.3 thousand. Obviously, whenever we put these targets in, make sure you actually put your take profits slightly below those levels because many people are watching this consecutively. The reason, by the way, that I'm saying we can make money either way is because even though I like to see this bullish scenario and we're breaking towards the upside right now and things are looking so fancy, you have to go back and look at market structure. Right now, what we can see is we've actually been building lower highs. You can clearly define this right here. We can just put it into the chart right here. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, which obviously coincide with the trend line which we're watching. Again, we could break it out right now and go absolutely wild, but we should keep in the back of our heads as well that we can obviously, because of this pattern here, because of these descending tops, actually have a pretty good likelihood to break down yet again, potentially get a lower high here at, for example, $19,000, and then eventually get ourselves into this short position, which would start at about $18.4 thousand or so. Another reason I am stating that is because you can also see that our bottom has stayed relatively the same throughout the last couple of weeks, but our tops have actually ranged quite significantly, and this is another short-term bearish sign because it basically showcases, okay, we had a lot of volatility before. We had a lot of bulls coming back in this demand zone, trying to catch that price on the wave upwards yet again. But the longer as time has moved on, even though we're ranging, it's with a slightly downwards bias, which basically means there's less and less bulls coming in to try pick up at this bottom. Volume shows there's still significant demands every single time that we get towards this level. We can also see if we compare the average volumes that we had, for example, on the 6th or 7th of September versus what we have on these recoveries, it is a lot less. There's one more thing you have to understand very carefully about this trade or about these trades. The more often you touch a trend line, the likelier it is to break at some point. It currently looks as if we've tested this at least 4 times, and this might be the final straw where we finally are going to see that break towards the upside. We talked before as well about if we just keep on buying whenever the RSI is this significantly low, either below 30 or even close to that level right here at 35. Throughout the last decade of Bitcoin's existence, you would have always been at a very good position. Now, combined with the fact that we are below the 200 weekly moving average, even though on the short term things might look a little bit negative, we have this potential breakout and we have the backing of the RSI and the 200 weekly moving average behind us. We also already broke a very long lasting trend line that's been lasting for like 7 years. Bitcoin right now is just ridiculously cheap. And as we said before, there's a higher likelihood of when we buy now it being a good idea rather than a bad idea, even though there is some chance for further downside. There's only one additional trend line that places Bitcoin at $14,000, but honestly, I think we should talk about this tomorrow, as on the short term, things are looking pretty good with a bullish breakout happening right now as we speak. But to come back at it again, regardless of what happens, I personally think just buying Bitcoin or buying crypto at these levels is a ridiculously smart idea. Yeah, we have a couple of reasons as to why the price can go down further. $14,000 is not out of the horizon for Bitcoin, but right now we're having a bullish breakout. We're watching that very closely, looking for a juicy long position. If we get the proper confirmation, we could take this one to a significantly high level for some juicy profits. And again, if you're looking for a crypto exchange to trade on, make sure you check out the link down below for BitGet. You can get a couple $1,000s worth of bonuses. You can use it in every country in the world, it seems, even in the US. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. And regardless of what happens to crypto, guys, it'll stay around and it will most likely keep surviving and keep thriving. That's it for today's video. See you guys later.